right, good deal. Okay, so if there's something that you would like to add to the chat, I did mute everyone. So if there's something that you want to add to the conversation, you'll just have to unmute yourself, or you can add it to the chat box, and then I'll see it that way. And there'll be things that I'll ask, um, and then you can either chime in through the microphone, or you can add it to the chat. My only concern is that there will have a lot of different people talking at the same time. So if you want attention or if you think you have something good to contribute, I want you to contribute. So you can either maybe put it in the chat, and then we'll see you, and I'll give the floor to you. Okay. So hello, my name is Ashley. I think I've met a number of you maybe. Can you put in the chat box if you've attended a session with myself before? So I've been at the Windows on America location a couple times. I want to say maybe 3 times. I'm not entirely sure, as a presenter. And it was a really fun time. I really enjoyed meeting all you guys and talking about different things with you, with Carl Karlovich. And I'm excited for the opportunity to be able to speak with you guys again. Have any of you participated in English Club with me before? Yeah. No? I hear one no. Okay. So mostly new people? That's awesome. So tell me, can you see my camera right now? Can you see me? I'm a little far away. Let's see if I can pull this a little bit closer without dropping my computer on the ground. So can you guys see me right now? Yeah, okay, perfect. So I've been using Zoom mostly. So I'm gonna see how this will work because I have a little presentation for you. So let's see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, I think that Zoom is much better because there is highest quality of picture, yeah, and maybe sound is more is better too. Like I don't know why it's a very big difference between Skype and Zoom.
Between me, so you can hear me okay and everything.
Yes, I hear
Okay,
you.
good deal. So I made a little presentation for you, and so I'll just get started with that. It looks like it turned off my camera, but I'll go back and forth between the two. So we'll be together for another like 35 minutes. And during that time, we're going to do a couple things. So again, my name is Ashley Emerson, and I am now a returned Peace Corps volunteer. So I've returned back to the United States. If I wasn't a returned volunteer, I would still be at my site in Kamenets-Podilsky. So here's me and the fortress in Kamenets-Podilsky. And I've lived there from 2017 to 2020. So I left in March. And I really loved it. I've been to Khmelnytsky many a times, especially since it's not very difficult, but it's pretty difficult to travel from Kamenets to anywhere. So I went to Khmelnytsky a whole lot, and had a lot of good times there as well. So for today, I'll first talk about the holiday of the day. So all of the holidays that fall on today's date. Then we're going to play a game called Would You Rather. And then we'll have a question of the day. The question of the day will be kind of our ending. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. So let's get started. So I like to look up the holidays of today because some of them are like really weird. They're strange. And the ones that you never really knew existed. So we'll have today's date is what is today's date? The 9th. And it's actually morning here and it's evening for you guys. So the sun's coming up here and going down for you guys. But today's holidays are train day for anybody who likes trains. I do actually really, really enjoy like riding the train in Ukraine, which I think some people find weird that an American likes to ride the train in Ukraine, but I actually really loved it. And today is also Buckfast Day. Does anyone know what Buckfast is? I didn't before. I had to look it up. And I actually can't see the chat right now. So if you want to turn on your microphone and just let us know. Anyone?
Hey, we have like a big holiday, yeah. It's
kind of.
It's a Victory Day, yeah.
Oh yeah, today is
the end of World War II, and
yeah.
we really like this day because it's like a day of peace when we remember about our heroes, and then we remember that we don't want to repeat so big war conflicts, and we really don't want to repeat so many deaths on our lands and on in the world, because it's really creepy, and we don't want to work, to fight.
No, that's good. That's really good. That's why I try to tell people it's different here in America, I think, because war hasn't really touched our soil like it has other countries.
Быстро ж ти. Я щось там слухаю урок.
I'm sorry, I have a little question. It sounds very interesting, train day. It's a day of Train Thomas, maybe. It's his holiday. Train. I'm kidding. The Thomas train is a character from cartoon series. Yeah, it's a it's old. I think it's old cartoon. I remember when I was a child and I really liked the opening of this series.
Only because I've never heard about this character.
No?
No.
It was, it was very kind blue train. It's very no, it's a cartoon series for very little children. Yeah, and it's a very friendly cartoon.
Was it translated at the TV a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I don't know. I remember on um, it was translated on QTV. I remember a couple years ago.
Oh my God, I must be too old for this because I've never heard of.
I have seen a lot of memes about the Thomas Train. That's why I remember this character, actually.
All right, somebody wrote me that I'm bad to be heard. Do you hear me okay?
Yeah. When you were more far from the screen, I heard you not very clear, but now it's good.
In fact, I'm using a very old laptop, and maybe something's wrong with my mic. I don't know.
My laptop is not very old, but sometimes there's something wrong with it, so I understand you. It's okay.
All
No,
right.
now it's
That-
good.
yeah, I can see this in the chat, but I'm worried if Ashley is still with us.
Yeah, but I'm trying to fill this empty place.
No, I'm still here. I'm just waiting for you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I thought you have some yeah, I thought you need some time.
Yeah,
No.
well,
I'm sorry.
I thought you had some problems with the translation, so we just
Yeah.
in
So
the pause.
tell us
Okay,
about
so I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. Okay.
yeah. I'm sorry. Please.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep going here. Okay. Now, can you see my screen? Now, the thing about Skype is I can't see your chats, so I'm trying to do both. Can you see my screen or can you see me?
We see your presentation.
Okay, good. All right, so another day, I'm just gonna jump down to the last one here. Another day that's today is Windmill Day. And windmills, this is one of the most beautiful windmills I've ever seen, mostly because it's on a tulip patch. And I think it's very beautiful. So a windmill is a structure that harnesses the power of the wind in order to grind grain or pump water or generate electricity. So harness means that it creates and stores. So it helps to create wind power. And then as the wind makes the propellers goes around, it either grinds grain to make like flours and different things like that, or it pumps water, some sort of, I've seen there's kind of it's inside the fortress, but it's kind of the same thing, how they would pump water through the fortress. So same kind of thing happens. It's kind of a, like an older, easier machine, simple machine, and it works great. So to jump into our next activity, I'll ask you a question. So we're going to do a game called Would You Rather. So I'll give you two choices. And then with those two choices, you must choose only one. And you can put your choice in the chat, and then I'll tell you what I would rather do, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. So with this is kind of me introducing myself a little bit more to you, okay? So with windmills, here's the question. Would you rather live in a windmill or in a lighthouse? Which would you rather do? So you can put it in the chat, or you can tell me and turn on your microphone. Would you rather live in a windmill or a lighthouse? And I'll have to go back and look at the chat. Let's do it this way. Leslie, do you kind of understand what harness means now? It generates, so creates, and stores, so holds. It's kind of like a battery harnesses power or energy. Okay, so we have a lighthouse, windmill, lighthouse, windmill. So it's like every other person. And I found some really cool images, I think.
It's pretty
They
good.
both look like really good houses, really nice. Okay, so it looks like windmill is winning by 1. Okay. So for me, let's see, I would rather live in a lighthouse. So when I was really little, my uncle gave me a lighthouse toy, and I thought it was really nice. It had the little light at the top that I could turn on, and there was also another button that I could turn on, and it would sound like the ocean, because all lighthouses are near bodies of water, so that it could tell the ships when they're really close to land. And I really liked that because I could turn it on when I was a child, and I would have a little light in my room, so my little night light, and it would make nice, soothing ocean sounds. And so I think I still have the lighthouse somewhere, and I really love water. So how many of you like to go to the seaside? I imagine a few really enjoy going to the seaside. Hopefully sometime this summer we'll be able to travel and go to the ocean. But I really I spent every summer on the water. So I would really love to be able to live close enough to some sort of body of water where I could get up in the morning and walk to the ocean or to a lake or to the sea or something. So I would choose a lighthouse. Whereas windmills, they could maybe be near the ocean or near a body of water, but more than likely they're going to be inland, and they're going to be like in a field where they're not really close to anything, which is okay also. If you rather be, I would rather be like alone and not near a lot of people, but on the ocean. Cool. So here's our next would you rather. So would you rather be a character in The Wizard of Oz or Home Alone? I already hear answers in the chat. Let's see. Home Alone. So would you rather be a character in The Wizard of Oz or Home Alone? Everyone's saying Home Alone. That's what I thought. It's a popular movie in Ukraine. Oh, okay. All right, Katie. That's a good point. Well, I'm going to tell you why you should choose The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is very popular here in the United States, and it takes place in Kansas. Now, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, which is not Kansas, but many people think that it is where the Wizard of Oz takes place. And here's a picture of the city where I'm from. And this is actually like a medium-sized city. It's definitely not as populated. There's not as many people as in New York or LA or Chicago. But it's a pretty big city for being right in the middle of the United States. And there's not another like really big city within like 5 hours. So does everyone still said Home Alone? So I really love The Wizard of Oz. It's a really important movie to me. And it takes place near my home. So if you see the picture here, it's kind of interesting. So you have Dorothy there in the blue dress. And then you have the Tin Man, the Scarecrow over on the left side, and then the lion on the right side. So this movie is really good for kids, yeah, but I think it's good for everybody. It's a really interesting movie. And it's very entertaining. Like I like it a lot. And I really like Home Alone, but The Wizard of Oz is a really, really important movie for me because it was kind of an important aspect of my life while I was growing up. So when I was growing up, I participated in kind of a dance activity called Winter Guard. And this is me and my team, my last year. So you can see me there in the middle. And this is, I think this is 2007. So many years ago. But we were called the Sky Riders. And Sky Riders, the rider is spelled incorrectly technically, but that's the way that we spelled it. And whenever we performed, after we would perform, we would come together as a team and we would put all of our equipment away and kind of cool off. And then we would grab each other by the hand and we would sing a song from The Wizard of Oz. And that was really important to me because it was a lot of fun. And we got to be in a team together. We traveled together. We practiced together. We performed together. And in between our practices, we would hang out together. We would stay over at each other's house. I went to a few of the ladies' weddings. I was in one of their weddings. And so we considered ourselves a second family. And it really had a lot to do with the traditions that were kind of handed down to me. And we would always watch The Wizard of Oz together every year. So The Wizard of Oz is a really important movie for me. I watch it at least once a year because I love it so much and I have a personal connection to this movie. So let's see. Yes, it is my team. So I definitely recommend that everyone watch The Wizard of Oz. It's really fun. It's one of the first movies that had Technicolor. So very bright and vibrant colors. But you wouldn't know that at the very beginning of the movie. So you should watch it. It's really good. Okay. So for our next question, said, would you rather be an actor in a comedy movie or in a drama? So would you rather be an actor in a comedy, something funny, or something dramatic? Comedy. Oh, one drama. One person says drama. Okay, got mostly comedies. Okay. Comedy, okay. So it looks like mostly comedies. I agree. I would rather be in a comedy. And here's a picture of me and one of my favorite comedians, Doug Benson. I love comedy. I like listening to comedy. I like watching stand-up comedy on TV. I go to comedy shows. I watch comedy movies. I like to laugh. I'm funny, a little bit, kind of so. And so this is a picture of when I went to see Doug Benson here in Arizona. And I've seen him a couple times, and I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. He's a funny guy, and he also has a podcast that I like to listen to. And a podcast is really just people talking. It's only audio, so you can only listen to it. But it's really good for language learning, because one of the first ways that we learn a language is through listening. So even though we're not together in Ukraine at the Windows on America, you guys being here in this session and listening to me speak is a good way to acquire language. And so I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I think only 2 of them that I do not listen to aren't comedy. Everything else that I listen to is comedy. I don't even watch that many. Missy too. I don't even watch that many drama TV shows. I might watch action, but I'm typically watching comedy. All right. So here's an interesting one. Would you rather surf in shark-infested waters or free fall with a parachute, so skydive, into the Grand Canyon? Sounds dangerous. Both of them sound dangerous. So surf in shark-infested waters or free fall with a parachute into the Grand Canyon. Which would you rather do? Okay, one person says parachute. Okay. I'm afraid of sharks too. Nothing. You have to choose one. It's would you rather. You got to do one. Yeah, neither sound appealing. Neither of them sound like things that I would really love to do. See a couple other people typing. It is a tough decision. Scary. Okay. No one wants to surf? Oh, okay, one person. Oh, okay. So you went for the sharks. He went from nothing to sharks. Okay, so one person for sharks. That's it. Would anyone like to tell us why you chose your choice? Okay, one person for shark. I think that's scary. Look at that shark. It's really big. And I'm not sure if that person is terrified or thrilled. I don't know. Seems scary to me. I think that I would skydive into the Grand Canyon. So I'm actually in. I'm really good. Okay, well, good for you. I'm gonna go with skydive. I don't even have to swim to skydive, especially if I go tandem. Tandem means attached, like two people attached, and so the other person would be responsible for my safety. So I think that I would skydive into the Grand Canyon, and this is a picture of me at the Grand Canyon. So part of the Grand Canyon is in Arizona, and that's actually where I am right now. So I'm staying in Arizona right now, even though my family and everything is in Kansas City. So I've lived in Arizona for 9 years, and the jacket that I'm wearing in this picture is from my university. So it has a really small little, has our mascot on the front, on the opposite shoulder. I went to Arizona State University, and I got my bachelor's degree there. And then a few years after that, I went back and received my master's degree. So I am a teacher. That's one reason why I went to Ukraine to teach. But in my 4th year at university, we took a trip, me and my roommates took a trip to the Grand Canyon. And the Grand Canyon from where I lived in Arizona was about a 2-hour drive. So we got up at 2 o'clock in the morning so that we could drive to the Grand Canyon and watch the sunrise. And it was very, very beautiful. So this is one reason why I would choose to parachute into the Grand Canyon, because it's really, really pretty. And I think less dangerous than surfing with sharks. In order to surf with sharks, you first have to know how to surf. And I don't know how to surf. So I think that I would potentially die. I don't want to die. So in order to parachute, you don't really have to know how to swim or surf. You don't really have to know how to do anything. So I would parachute for sure. Okay, so here's another one. This one's kind of gross, but you got to choose one. Would you rather eat a dead bug or eat a live worm? Nothing. Got to choose one. So eat a dead bug or eat a live worm. Dead bug, worm, nothing is fresh. I mean, that's a good point, I guess.
You know, worm is alive and it's fresh, so it would be better than bug.
That's a good point, I think.
And it's easier to eat a worm than bug because I think it's bug is very hard, yeah. And so worm is easier.
Well, there's a lot of people who said bug.
I would
And
not
you're the
agree.
only one who said worm. Okay, let's see. So, a couple more. Dead worm. That wasn't an option. If you were starving. Yeah, if you were starving. Say you were stuck in the forest and you were starving and you had to choose. Which would you choose? So, for me, everything else I kind of had an interesting story. This one, I don't really have an interesting story. It was just a weird question. So I would eat a live worm, I guess. If I had to choose, I guess I would do worm. I don't really know why. I guess it would just be easier to eat. I think I would just swallow it. Well, let me want to think about it. But no interesting story here. It was just a fun question. Okay, and I think this is the last one. So, would you rather be stranded on an island with someone you hate or be stranded on an island alone? So, would you rather be stranded, so stuck on an island with no way to get off with someone you hate, or would you rather be alone? Got a lot of people responding. Alone, alone, alone. With someone I hate, okay. Alone, alone. Okay. So I don't have a story for this one either, but I chose that I would rather be stranded on an island with someone I hate. And I chose that choice because no matter how much I hate that person, we would still be in the same situation, and maybe we would be able to communicate and kind of make a connection through that. So even if it's someone that I hate, maybe we would be able to communicate because we're in a similar experience, and that maybe by the end, we won't hate each other because we shared that experience with one another and we came together and connected that way. And I wouldn't be alone in that situation. So I would rather be with another person and be able to maybe connect or rely on that other person than to be in a situation by myself. So it's kind of nice that in the world that we live in, no matter how far away that we are from one another, we can still connect with each other. Either it be through liking the same music or being in the same situation or hoping to learn English. Um, Even if you go to club and there's someone there that you hate, at least you two have that one thing in common and you can connect on that. And I think that that makes the world a little bit better and a lot more cooler because even though I'm all the way in Arizona and you're in Ukraine, we can still connect on something here. So I think that that's kind of cool. And that's what I would hope would happen on our island. And then maybe we can work together. We can build a house and we can get fresh water and because those are the things that we would both need. So that's what I chose. So we're just about out of time. So I'm gonna skip over this one, but I will give you the question of the day. And you actually won't need to be in the session to complete this question with your answer. I'm going to send you a link. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to I'm going to send you the link to the Padlet. And if you click on the Padlet and you hit the little plus on the screen, it's here. You can tell me what you would like to discuss in future English clubs. So what are you interested in? What would you like to know about? What would you like for me to discuss? And then we will use this for a future English club. Nope, someone's already typing. Okay. So that's it for today. And look, we hit it pretty close right on the dot, 45 minutes. So you feel free to click the link and add what you would be interested in. And then Katie, you have the link also, so you can view everyone's choice and see what we would want to do next time. So with that, let's see, is my camera on? Okay, there we go. So go ahead and click the link and add your option to the Padlet. So a couple people are already typing, but scary movies, music and films, good deal. And that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. I miss Ukraine. I miss you guys. Thank you.
Ashley, are you going to come back to Ukraine anywhere somehow?
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Make sure you add your choice on the screen, on the Padlet. Thank you guys. I miss you too. Thank you. Me too. I hope we meet again. We hope to be back. I have a hope to go back to Ukraine, but we don't know when, unfortunately. Hopefully sooner than later. But we just don't know yet. So we are good to go. You feel free to go ahead and close the Skype window, and I think we'll send out a notice about the next meeting. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, great. Some good choices there.